Hi, welcome to the Virtuous Lady. I'm Loletta, and at this time I want to thank you for those that are new, that are tuning in for the first time, and for those that are returning, I'd like to say welcome as well. This is a channel, of course, that my goal is to encourage, to inspire, and to motivate you by sharing things and shortcuts, techniques, and things that I've learned to help you to live your best life to the fullest. And that means saving dollars with shortcuts and some DIYs. We're going to be talking about faith. We're going to be talking about some ways to live our best life through finances, self-care. So if this is some of the things that you're interested in seeing coming up, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up, like button, and also subscribe. If you would also hit the notification bell, that will notify you every time a video is uploaded. So far, I've been uploading a video every week, but there's some times that I do upload two. So just want to give you a heads up on that. We're working on our fall series 2020, and I'm still excited about that. We're still doing some fall decor. Today I'm really excited because we're going to be working on fabric pumpkins, and I'm going to actually tell you I made 4 of them, and out of the 4 it cost me less than $6 to make 4. So that's great, right? You can't get it any cheaper. And these are high-end looking pumpkins. They're very neutral, and I noticed that pumpkins is really trendy as far as the neutral colors this year. From the traditional oranges and golds and reds, they're toning down to be like neutral colors. They're like the pale blues and the pale pinks and the light grays and the natural colors. They're toning it down so you can basically decorate any portion of your room and just personalize it to match the color decor that you already have. So I'm just so excited today. This is an easy DIY, simple DIY. So I'm going to be showing you how to make 2 pumpkins, 1 fabric, 1 sweater. Very easy to make. And we're going to be using this for our fireplace that's in our master bedroom. And stay tuned to the end, because the end I'm going to show you a reveal basically on how we used it on our mantle, our fireplace mantle, and how we decorated the mantle. And so without further ado, I'm going to get started, but please feel free to leave a comment if it's something that you see that you would like me to show you or whatever. Most of the things I've done are DIYs. You'd be surprised how much money that I've saved, and still have a fabulous looking house as far as decor. All right, so at this time, stay tuned, and we're going to get right into it. Okay, I have 4 of these carvable pumpkins, and I've already removed the stems. What I'm going to do is just chalk paint these quickly. I'm going to try to cover the whole thing. I did have to water down my chalk paint. And by the way, I am using the Rust-Oleum chalk paint, and this is in a linen white. I've had this over a year, so I like to buy the bigger containers because it just lasts so long. And the reason why I am painting this, these are going to be covered, but for some reason, by this color being so dominant, it shines through. You can see the orange through it. So what I'm trying to do is just tone that orange down. Let's see if I can move this to give you a better view. Because I'm not putting this on thin, it's not going to take a long time to dry. It really doesn't matter how you paint it. Usually I try to do the long strokes, but this is going to be completely covered. Probably along with my fingers too. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to finish painting the rest of these, but I did find a trick, and I'm going to show you this. If you take a skewer and pierce it all the way pretty much through. It makes painting a whole lot easier. And then I have a piece of foil foam. And if I stick it in there, it gives it a place to dry. And actually, I can finish touching up as well. So I'm just going to take this time to catch up with the other ones, just so this video doesn't get too long. Okay, while I am at it, I'm going to take this. And this is a candle holder that I got from the Dollar Tree. While I have the paint out, I'm just going to go ahead and paint this white. The pumpkins, I know, I'm looking at them, they will take another coat of paint. The fabric and everything that I'm covering them with, it's going to bleed through. The pink is going to, the orange is going to really bleed through. So, and this will probably end up taking 2 coats as well. So what I'm going to do at this point is just pause this and go ahead and finish painting these pumpkins here. You can see that they did bleed through. It's going to need a second coat. I see the sun shining in here. I hope you can still see this. My pumpkin is dry. So basically what I'm going to do is remove the skewer. And what you're going to need is just something to carve with. I'm going to see if I can just make this just a little bit lighter. Get something to carve with. I'm just going to carve a little hole in the top. This is basically what I did. Okay, I'm going to be using my buffalo check fabric, and I'm just going to see if I can angle this just a little differently. Just to give you the dimensions of this fabric. I don't have my tape measure down here. This is 15 by, this is just a leftover piece, 15 by 13, and it worked pretty well. And here is the pumpkin. So what I'm doing is placing the pumpkin, make sure the fabric is on the wrong side. Place the pumpkin in the middle, make sure that you have your glue gun. Center it as much as you can, and then I'm going to bring this to the middle and hot glue it. Hook the dish note down inside. Do the same to the opposite side. Bring it to the center. Got a few dabs of paint on my hands. I guess spots that didn't dry all the way. And this is the way it's looking so far. And then what I'm going to do with the rest of it, just try to gather it up. Some pieces are going to be a little shorter. I'm just going to hot glue it. Actually, I'm going to use this so I don't burn my hand. You're going to pull it tight. I wish I had better lighting. Every morning the sun shines through. And I'm just grabbing it and pulling it tight. What you want it to do is to take the shape and definition of the pumpkin. Now all this extra here, I'm just going to take this and just poke it down in the middle. You see that? And I'm going to do the same on the other side. I'm going to slightly, just kind of pleat it. Trying to do it at an angle where you can see. This lighting really isn't helping. You can pretty much pick up buffalo plat material from Pretty sure Holly Lobby has it, because it's pretty, one of those ones that's trendy right now. This is it. I think it came out very well. It's nice and tight. Okay, I had to move the table to get a better angle. This is another pumpkin that I'm getting ready to get started. Remove the skewer. I went to the thrift store, and since our room is gray, I didn't have any gray sweaters. And I wanted to get one. This one ended up costing me, they had us half off. So instead of $4.99, it cost me $2.50. But I'm going to be able to get a couple pillows, a couple pumpkins out of it. I really hate to cut it. So you want to use the arm portion. And I'm just going to cut straight across. Any old sweaters pretty much will work. And just to try to give you dimensions, I'd rather cut it a little bigger and cut it down than to cut it too small. To give you the length on which I've cut this, it's about 8 inches. What I'm going to do is just roll it down. Make sure that it's on the right side. And I'm going to cover this little baby with it. And this is what I'm looking for. This is the bottom part of it. And I did cut a little bit too much, but it's better too much than not enough. You probably could have did with probably 7 inches. So I'm just going to pull it just a little. This is the bottom. And I'm going to use my hot glue gun. And basically just try to pull it toward the center. And press it down. I'm going to do the same to the opposite side. You want to press it toward that center and hold it for a minute. And the rest of it, you're going to have to kind of pleat around it. I've seen some YouTubers that they did cut a hole in the bottom and poke this down in there and just replaced it with the piece that they cut out. And I'm just pressing this down. But I'm seeing here that this technique, without cutting another hole in the bottom, works just as well. See how well that looks on that one side? And I'm going to do the same to the other side. You just want to make sure that you pull it all the way to the middle. And this is sweater, so it stretches. It will stretch. And that's what you want. You want it to be kind of tight. These DIYs today are very simple. Even this is something that even the beginner can do. Even with the buffalo check, you just painting the pumpkin and wrapping it. This is what the bottom looks like. You got a flat surface that it'll lay flat on. Okay, the second one came out better than the first. What I found out with doing it, see how perfect the bottom came? The sleeve part, where you put your arm, where your wrist goes, right around here, that's a tighter part, of course, and it seems like with the smaller end of the sleeve, it comes out tighter. and it's a lot easier at the bottom. See how neat that came out? And this is the top. Going to do one more. Okay, now we're going to make the stem. Basically, I just cut a piece of the paper off that I'm working on. And I'm going to fold it in 4 pieces, but I'm not making it even because I want the top to be narrow. Actually, I'm going to make it even here, but not here. So you got 1 piece, fold it 4 times. The paint really doesn't make a difference. I have a pipe cleaner. It doesn't make a difference what color that is either. Put a little hot glue. Just do it here, the pipe cleaner. To the paper. And what I'm going to do is just start twisting. I put the pipe cleaner in here because I want to be able to bend this. And I want it to look a little rustic, but not too much. So right now I'm making this stem. There are spots that's going to try to open up. Just put a dab of glue, twist it and hold it. Dab of glue. You don't need but a dot. Twist it and hold it. And the top, of course, is going to be narrower because remember, we made it skinnier. We didn't put all 4 layers at the top. And you want the top to be narrow. And this will be the part that sticks down. So as you see, there's a couple more indentations here that I'm going to fill in and twist. And what I did to secure this just a little bit more, I took a piece of twine, just cut a random piece off, just enough I think to go around this. And you want to take it in the same direction that you twisted it in. So I'm going to add glue here, just a dot, put this in and hold it. Once that's done, I'm going to take this and just pull it tight. I'm not taking it all the way, you know, every spot or nothing like that. I'm just pulling it in tight. Add a piece of little glue at the end so we can come to a close. Hold it for a minute until it adheres. Burning my hand. You're going to trim off the excess. And basically I just use this scrap paper that I'm learning to put paper on the, you know, on the base where I'm working at. It just keeps the, when it's finished, it's so much easier to clean up. You see, I have to clean my brush. This is all this glue that's been sticking to that instead of my fingers. After that, we got this in place and it is bendable. I am going to take the espresso and I have a little mineral. This is Waverly chalk paint. This is not chalk paint, this is like acrylic paint. And I'm gonna put a couple dabs, don't need much, on my work surface here. Take a small brush. Just start painting it in the direction that you twisted it. painting right over the twine. Using both colors all at one time. I'm going to need a little bit more brown. This is a lot thinner than the chalk paint. So, of course, you need more of that than you would the chalk paint. What I was looking for is not a color that was all dark brown. I wanted a two-tone effect, just so it can look a little bit more natural. And this is what we ended up with. It looks more natural. Now, once it dries, I can bend it a little more. Actually, I should have bended it first. And I did go ahead and I did the other two. Now, these are the ones that we're going to use on the sweater. These three here, the sweater pumpkins. And you see some is taller than others, it's no big deal. And the one that I'm going to use on a black and white check, or buffalo check, I'm basically just using the one it came with. I went outside to look for some sticks because that's what I really wanted. Now, they do have them at the Dollar Tree, like the wood sticks, but whenever I'm looking for them, I can't find them. When I'm not looking for them, I'm always cleaning them up. And I didn't feel like climbing the tree today to get a twig. So, this is where we are. So this is going to go on a buffalo check. This will be going on this pumpkin. So as soon as this dries, I will be back and show you how to attach. Okay, what I am taking, this is a piece of the lamb's ear. I'm still working on it, that I got from Walmart for $2. And I just cut one piece off. I'm gonna put a little hot glue. You have an option, you can place these on here. I'm using this as a stem, or either not. It's totally up to you. And I'm just putting my hand down and just holding it so I can adhere. My brushes did come clean. I'm glad. So anyway, I'm just pushing it down just to make sure that the hole is big enough to, since we tucked the sweater down in there, make sure that the hole is big enough to accommodate the stem. And I'm going to take the stem and just push it and push. It's kind of tight, but I like it this way. I don't really need glue for it. And this is the longer stem that I had made. And I'm just putting pressure on it. There I go, I feel it going in. There we go. Now with this stem, I can bend it. Can't bend it a lot, but it is bendable. And here you are. So this one right here, I'm going to put the original stem back on it that I did paint, and I will show you on how they all look together, but it's still drying. I think they came out absolutely beautiful. Considering this was scrap fabric. All right, so these are the fabric pumpkins, and I will be back to show you how they all look together. This is what it looks like sitting on my counter. I think it came out absolutely beautiful. Let me give you a close-up. Okay, welcome to the final reveal. This is basically our fireplace area. The bookcase area I have not finished over there, so I'm not going to show that. And I want to give you just a close-up of how the fireplace came out. These are the pumpkins and these are the lights. And I just stuck in some extra lamb's ear and a few pieces that I picked up from the Dollar Tree. These here are the same pumpkins that I got from Restore. They were orange and I just painted them a chalk paint teal type color. And I actually think that the mantle came out absolutely beautiful. I just love it. Because this is a historical home, our fireplace right now, we have not had it converted. This is the original, and it was a coal fireplace from what I understand. So we're going to have it converted, but right now we just enjoy looking at it. This is a vase that I got from Home Goods a little while back, and these picks are actually from Michael's that I got from the Dollar Tree. From Michael's around Christmas time, and the color decor just matched perfectly. On this side, these are the pillows that we used to have on our bed. We change up from time to time. The king and queen pillows. It's a necklace, and I guess the back of it is a king's pillow. And this is a chair that we cuddle up sometime. My chair have not been upholstered yet. I found this in the trash. I'm good for picking things out. It was put to the curb with no cushion in it. And I talked my husband into going back and getting it. Now he's grateful. Look at the detail on it. And then I had it upholstered. This right here we used to rest our feet on. And I partially upholstered this. I was in the process of learning at the time. And when I got stuck, the lady that I was up under, Anya, she finished it up for me. But anyway, this is our fireplace mantle. And I'll give you a final view again. And I chose to use the grays, the whites, and the soft blues, the pastel blue, because that's the color of our bedroom. I want to thank you first of all for tuning into my channel. I hope that it was enjoyable to you as it was to me putting it together for you. You can see how you can just take a couple of Dollar Tree pumpkins, and with just a little fabric, a little material, you can just turn it into a gorgeous mantelpiece. Even tablescape, you can put it on for your centerpiece. You can kind of add it pretty much to anything. And the good thing about it is that it didn't cost you hardly anything. On top of that, you can customize it to make it personable to fit your decor, whether it's orange or right now the trend is with pumpkins. It's just about any color. All the neutral and pastel colors now are in style right now. But tune into what makes it good for you. And just with a little time, little paint, little fabric, you can turn it into something really spectacular. So I think it came out simply amazing. I'm excited about it. My husband, he loves it as well. And the lights that we use were left over from Christmas. We never took them down. And I'm going to leave a link for that below, because with the lights that I purchased from Amazon, there's a timer on it, so they'll come on for 4 hours and they'll stay off. They can blink, they can stay on. So we just leave them up and just change it to every occasion. But anyway, thank you so much for joining, for tuning in, and do think about subscribing to the channel. We're going to be coming up with a lot more things, and I'm so excited about it, being able to share it with you. And at this time, I'm asking if you hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and also share and subscribe. Feel free to leave any comments. Let me know if this blue color is like your color, or let me know what colors of the fall that you would decorate with. All right. So at this time, I'm saying goodbye for now, not for long, and I'll see you in the next video. Be blessed.